Hello, it's Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Forest River Ozark 2430 RBK travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around this, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Both can be in the rear of the unit. Power is going to plug in the rear corner on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and right around the rear here is going to be your docking station. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook or hitch, first thing you do is level our unit. And it comes with a power tongue jack. So night docking light, should you arrive at night, should raise or lower the unit until it's level. Once it is level, next thing we'll do is stabilize it. Alright, next thing we're going to do is bring out our stabilizing jacks. Go around the offboard and go ahead and take your chain off here. No safety chain hook. Gonna run these down. It's your hand crank, about 2-3 cranks. And then you can go ahead and get ready in here and grab that and lift it up and drop it straight down. Kind of like a quick drop on those. Once it's all the way down, go ahead and give it another crank or two to tighten it down, just until it's taut. Remember, our unit's already level, we just want to stabilize it. So get all 4 of those down on some jack pads preferably. Get all 4 of those down, we can hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord plugs in back here. That'll go in at about 10 o'clock and turn to noon. Put your black washer on there. If you need to plug into a 30 amp in your convenience pack will be this dog bone from bringing you from 50 down to 30, and also a adapter to bring you from 30 down to 15 in case you need to plug into a 110. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. The docking station is back here. I think it's your pink key that'll fit in that one. You can have this closed and run your hoses through here to the docking station. First and foremost, we're going to grab a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use these. City water connection is our top one. Go ahead and hook that up in there, and then go ahead and turn your hose on. After your hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up that slide, get in there and open up all of your water taps, your sinks, your showers, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're not going to go to a city water connection, we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank, which is over here on the campsite, right above our hot water heater. No need for water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's a little overflow valve right here, or 2 on the inside. When you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button there. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it up. Once it is full, remove that hose, put this cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked to city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Starting back up here in the front, your propane does have a cover. It is on a regulator, lefty-loosey to open. Check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. If you travel a lot in this, bounce it down the road. Speaking of battery, up underneath the lip here is your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Come down our off campsite, the big pass-through storage. This is accessible under your bunk, so make sure you keep these locked at night. Run your slide out shortly. This is going to be an extra gray tank. And then back here is your black and gray. Besides those, you also have your low point drains. Again, your power. In our docking station, we got city water here. Your cable connections here, and down here is a black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. You also have a hot and cold outdoor shower here. You're prepped for a backup camera. You also get a lippert ladder, on-the-go ladder to go on here. Utilize that ladder, get up there several times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Coming to your campsite, your awning does have a pitch control. got a light rain, go ahead and tilt that to the side. I recommend bringing it in heavy rains or high winds. Got a couple outdoor speakers out here. A vent for your hood range indoors. Freshwater connection, freshwater drain. Back up in there. Your hot water heater. Flue for your furnace. Already got bug guards on it. A couple things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And also, if you run your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Got an outdoor kitchen out here. Griddle. You can pull that out. Quick connect LP right there for that. Got our stabilizing jacks, our pass-through storage with our hitch work. And that about covers everything out here. Let's check out the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows your fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To my left, as we're coming in down at the bottom, is going to be your breaker box and fuses. You got a ton of 15s in there, 25. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Continuing up the wall, our lighting. Solar controller panel. Whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. You just need to keep it on your wet battery. I'll send you a video from GoPower on this. Real easy to use. Nice to have. Next to that is your slide control and awning control. Up here is where you turn on your water pump. Tank heaters. That's little 12-volt pads that are on your tanks if you think you're in inclement weather and they might freeze. Up here is your brand new battery. Fresh black and gray tanks. Again, our lights. Let's go ahead and talk about your awning. On your awning, you only want to run that out until that flat falls down. You can see that bar. If I hold that extend down, that will keep going down, flip up onto itself, and start running itself up backwards onto itself. I've seen a lot of units come in with them ran up backwards, so keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. We also have awning lights out here. And as that awning closes up, I will mention that this entry door, these work best when just gently slammed. Alright, let's go ahead and open up our slide. Looking around it, make sure nothing's going to impede it. Oop, down to open. As that's running out, let that finish up here and head right into our bathroom. This is a bungee door that you want to keep bungeed open for travel. When you arrive at the campsite, you winterize now, but you arrive at the campsite, flush this for several gallons of water into your tank. Your black tank will thank you later for putting fluid in before putting any solid waste in there. 110 with GFCI reset in here. There's our shower. We do have a hand crank open exhaust in here. Your table, of course, can be removed from here. Placed in several positions. Parachute pull recliners. Both working fine. Lighting here, a couple of 110s. Coming into our kitchen here, we got the Everchill fridge with the controls on the inside here. The freezer and fridge. Continuing into our kitchen here, let's go ahead and crank the AC up here one time. Gotta get it colder than it is in here. It's pretty chilly at the moment. Got AC to kick on. I'm waiting on it. Right above there is their smoke alarm. The AC also has a quick dump. When you arrive at the campsite, it's hot in here. Open these up. It'll blast cold air through here. Alright, now what you will notice when I circle through to off, generally the AC's shut off rather quickly. I'm going to crank your heat up. Cool, high, low, auto, heat. Turn that up into the 90s. Now there's your return for that. That'll kick on. Now what you will notice is when I shut that off, it does take 2 to 3 minutes for that fan to cycle through to shut off. While we're waiting on that to shut off, I'll walk you through your kitchen. Plumbing. If you travel a lot, you bounce this up and down the road, just keep an eye on things. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. It's almost all pipes nowadays, easy to maintain. Got a fan and light above our glass cooktop here. That makes a nice backsplash. Turn on your panel light, turn that to high and push it in for your spark. There we go. So there's all them. Down below that, microwave convection oven. Over here is our carbon monoxide propane detector. So if this is up 12 volts, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping somewhere and nothing plugged in charging your battery, you do have your solar panel up there. But if you don't want this to run your battery down while you're gone, use that battery disconnect up front if you're going to be gone for the day. Show you your microwave working. Here's where you turn on your hot water heater, turn that to the desired temperature. Got a pop-up power port here, charging and power. Prep for a television, there's your cable 110. If you do plug the cable in, make sure that that green light is on. That's going to be your antenna. Continuing in here to the bedroom, lighting, 110 and charging ports. Again, this is access to your storage, which is outdoors. Another big door. You can slide down to the other end. And bungee here. There we go. I had to use 2 hands to pull forward. Want that bungeed for travel. Again, a smoke alarm, and that about covers everything in here. So let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by coming to my control panel and shutting off my interior lights. Now I know that all the lighting throughout the unit has to be shut off by myself. So I'm going to walk through and shut all these off. Alright, with all the lights off, come back to my control panel. Turn these on and say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors are secure, all drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. Go ahead and batten down all the hatches, all the materials, things you want to put away, and bring in our slide. Make sure you push that table toward the back there. Don't want that running in here. And as it comes in, shut off these lights and exit the unit. Most important thing on these steps is to make sure this door is all the way open. Otherwise that can catch on it coming in. Feet are adjustable simply by pressing on this or release your leg. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that because you're going to want to go in and check the levels of your tanks. Before you leave the dump station, lock, deadbolt, turn that handle. So you want that handle for traveling. If we are dry camping, over here on our campsite, we'll get up underneath there and dump that freshwater tank, bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable, Bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. First dump you're going to dump is the one behind your tires, and then your extra one up there. So we're going to start here in the rear. Got 10-foot hose. We're going to hook that up and pull that black handle. That's the one on the right. That's your sewer outlet. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go ahead and go inside, check the level of your black tanks. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook it up to this black tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. When that's done, go ahead and close that. Make sure all that washout water you put in there has drained, and then close your black handle. When that's done, go ahead and pull this gray and pull your low point drains here. When those are done, take that sewage hose, bring it up here to the front, and dump your extra gray tank. When that one's done, you can take this sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Ozark for many years to come. Happy camping!